Hello, I'm here with President Ross. It is the 125th anniversary of Central Michigan University, and real fun fact coming out of the jump, he's resigning. He's resigning, and he's going to be stepping down July 31st of 2018. And he's got a lot to talk about with him. It's my last discussion with him because I'm graduating this May of 2018, and it's kind of a farewell for us both and a tribute for me to him. Okay, so in our last interview, we spoke about racial tensions here throughout time and seeing you in our country, and that was real cool. That was groundbreaking, but I want to focus on you, the man behind the suit, the man behind the title, and I want to know what it's like to be the president. So if you could describe being the president, can you describe it in 3 adjectives?
3 adjectives. It's exciting. It's been fulfilling,
Yeah,
and hopefully it's been meaningful.
right.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Still got a little bit of time.
Little time.
Make some new memories.
And hopefully, while this may be the last time that we talk as president to student,
Yes.
hopefully you'll not forget about me when you're winning awards in New York and LA, and maybe we'll get a chance to chat again.
Well, thank you. Hopefully so. I feel like it. If you speaking into existence, you heard it first from President Ross mouth. I will be running awards in LA. Oscars, here I come.
There you go. There you go.
Thank you.
We all start somewhere, right?
Yes, got to, and I appreciate
Got to
you.
keep that dream.
Yes. Shout out to Martin Luther King. I want to know if you could be remembered for one thing, what would it be as a president or just as George Ross?
I probably would separate those a little bit. As president, I've been asked that question obviously over the last couple of weeks, and typically when presidents retire or step down, they'll start looking at accomplishments, and there's a lot of conversation around what you built.
Right.
We built over $350 million worth of facilities while I was president, and raised over $100 million. Those are the types of things you typically read about, and that's all well and good.
Right.
Once the understanding is I did none of that by myself.
Exactly.
But as president, what I'm probably proudest of, we just talked about commencement coming up this May. What I'm probably proudest of is the more than 42,000 students who graduated under my watch.
That's incredible.
42,000 lives who have been changed and transformed, hopefully for the better. That's probably what I'm proudest of.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about, that you just transformed that many lives.
We,
yes.
Great faculty, great staff, great alumni support system.
Yeah.
So we.
This is a village.
Hopefully you're part of that.
Yes.
The graduates. So.
Right. Yes. It's coming. It's definitely coming soon.
I'll be willing to wager you're a different person than when you first started.
Oh yeah.
You've grown intellectually. You've grown in your skill set for your desired profession, and you've grown as an individual.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, it's crazy to think about myself as a freshman versus now. A little bit rambunctious, just ready to get at the world, thinking I can do whatever. Some days sleeping in and I don't think this class, I don't need to get
Man,
into
you
that.
graduate and go out into the real world, won't be much sleeping in.
No. No.
You can't skip work like you skip class sometimes.
No, yeah, I had to change that move quickly. It was only for like some of the elective classes, and then I was like, wait a minute, why wouldn't I want to get an A in that?
There you go.
Yeah, so it was that type of mentality where it was so easy first coming in, and then I had to get to reality, like, wait, I need to get my grades together. I want to actually have a little something when I graduate.
There you go.
And not look an idiot, so. But that was never my MO. It just was, when you get into like such a freedom in school, it feels like you can do whatever you want. So it's like, I'm on my own schedule. I paid for this class.
That's part of the process.
Yeah.
As the personal individual, though.
Yeah.
I spoke to an alum just yesterday on the phone. I'd never met him before.
Mm-hmm.
He's the CEO of British Airways.
Oh.
He came to Central as a freshman
Right.
from northern Spain. Didn't know it so.
That's crazy.
And he went on to get graduate degrees at Ohio State. Like he's currently the CEO of British Airways.
Yeah.
But he told me on the phone just yesterday, true story, that his biggest memory for all the education he's had was his personal development at Central Michigan University. is this 18-year-old kid from northern Spain, trying to learn how to speak English.
Right.
He came here sight unseen, and he grew as an individual. It transformed his life. And I told him yesterday, I hear that story all the time.
Yeah.
It's happened for you. It's happened for alums I've met from the 1940s on.
Yeah.
Every decade since, and I've talked to alums from those decades, this place has helped them transform. So I believe it.
I want to get into the next thing, the family. What does family mean to you?
Everything. It's I've probably been a little remiss on family obligations. I know I've been remiss on family time in the job I've held
Right.
for almost 8 years here at Central and 2 years at Alcorn. And even before that, when I was the vice president, it's a lots of time commitment.
Yeah.
So I have, for instance, I miss family things. My wife and I were married in September.
Okay.
And we're coming up on our 25th wedding anniversary.
Whoa.
So this year I'll get a chance to celebrate the anniversary with my wife rather than being out of town or at a board meeting.
Yeah.
And we're actually going to travel abroad to help celebrate that
Wow.
tremendous event, 25 years.
Yeah.
But family's the most important thing. That's why we do, at least why I do what I do. It's
Right.
about my family.
Yeah.
Respect for my parents, love for my brothers and sisters, a deep love for my wife,
Yeah.
daughters, and now a new grandson.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it's about family. All this
Yes.
other stuff is trappings and responsibilities that you have to fulfill. But at the end of the day, it's about family.
Yes.
I may have said this to you before. On the tougher days,
Mm-hmm.
I've actually been asked at Central, and being president of the university is pretty challenging some days.
Yeah.
And I've had people say to me, President Ross, how can you be so calm and so cool? And so,
Right.
I said, I don't know if I'm so cool, but I am relatively calm. Very few
Yeah.
things upset me. if anything. And I say to them what is true, that on those really tough days when people want to see me react in a negative way and I just kind of hold it together, what I'm thinking about is that I have a wife and 2 daughters and now a grandson who
Yes.
love me.
Yes, we're working
That's what it's all
together.
about.
Yeah.
So all this other stuff will work itself out.
What are you most excited about with the grandchild?
Just initially that we have a grandson.
Yeah.
This is our first grandchild. It's just so many things. He's only a month old.
Yeah.
But there's so many things I want to teach him and experience with him. And I did that with my daughter, but my daughter's in her middle 30s now. It's been a while. So I just look forward to the experience and interacting with him and having time to do it now.
Right.
Stepping away from the presidential role. But it's just teaching him, sharing with him. I learned so much from my grandparents. As a youngster, my mother would take us back to Mississippi every summer. I grew up in Washington, D.C. and Flint, Michigan. And I remember those trailway bus rides back home to a home place in Mississippi. And 3 of my grandparents are still alive, my father's parents and my mother's mother.
Wow.
So from the time I was grade school, I spent summers with grandparents and uncles and aunties. So I learned a lot from my grandfather and from my 2 grandmothers. So hopefully I can impart some of that wisdom and life experiences with my grandson, with Jorge.
Yes.
His name.
Young Jorge.
Young Jorge as he grows up. Yeah.
Yes. Keep the cycle going.
There you go.
I know Mrs. Ross is definitely excited because now you actually don't have to, like you said, like go from a meeting or this or that. Now you can actually be a husband.
She's very excited. So we've talked about this for a while.
Yeah.
Before I notified the board of trustees right after the first of the year. I think that first week in January.
Okay.
But we've been talking about it. She's excited that we can have some Elizabeth and Georgetown. And again, this job interferes with a lot of that, but we're excited for the next phase, or the next stage of our lives, and spending more time with each other, playing more golf.
Right.
I'm going to do my best to
not lose.
Not lose. You remember, don't you?
Yeah.
You remember, don't you?
Yeah. Stand tall.
This is Ross. I'm going to give you audience, the PG birdie. She kicks my butt on the golf course. And I used to say she should stop talking all the trash. She talks in the golf course.
Right.
But I realized over these years, you're not talking trash if you can do it.
No.
She does it.
She does it. She does
Now, having more time and hopefully getting a chance to play more golf, I should hopefully improve my game.
Yes.
So I don't know what I'm going to say if she continues to beat me. So
Yeah,
right now, last few years, she just kicks my butt. So yeah.
Well, you got time to catch back up and maybe get better.
Man, what's amazing to me that the women I work with and women friends and women family members, they love to hear about Elizabeth beat me on the golf course. It's just like, and not just me, other men. So,
okay, I'll say if you were beat to be a cartoon or you wanted to be in one of your favorite cartoons, what would it be?
Wow, that's a different kind of question. Let me think about that a second.
Okay.
Oh God. You know, I haven't watched much of the modern, I'll call them modern cartoons.
Yeah.
What kids and young people, older people watching now, I don't watch much animation. From my youth, it was Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny and Wile E. Coyote and
The classics.
The classics. Probably one of those. I could see myself being a roadrunner.
Yeah.
I could see myself being a roadrunner.
Okay. That's
smart and fast.
Right.
Yeah, I could see that.
Always on the run.
Oh yeah.
That's cool. That's real cool. Yeah, I would be Bugs Bunny if I could be anyone. That's my man, Bugs Bunny.
Well, obviously, because you know Bugs Bunny. I mean, but the younger folks today watch the old Looney Tunes.
I would hope so. I mean, I feel like Space Jam is something that still goes around, but I think they don't recycle the old Looney Tunes like they used to. I used to see a lot of Looney Tunes growing up, and even sometimes Baby Looney Tunes. I didn't watch Baby Looney Tunes, but I had a sister. She liked Baby Looney Tunes, and it just doesn't come on like that anymore. I wish. There's those type of cartoons that really, it's just timeless, just fun, and it still teaches you things, and at the same time, you know that it's a cartoon, you know that it's a joke. You can escape from the world and be a kid or remember being a kid. And so I definitely love the Looney Tunes.
Good.
Yeah. What do you like to do for fun? Like, what do you do as George?
Oh God, I and hope I get a chance to do more of it. We may have talked about this before. I love movies. On the big screen.
Right.
I'm not talking about big screen TV. Movies should be seen in the theater with a big screen and big sound.
Yes.
And I haven't gotten to do as much as I'd like anyway in recent years. So I'll probably find myself in a big dark theater more often. I'll hopefully get back to reading for pleasure.
Nice.
My reading is like 95+% work related.
Yeah.
And it's hard to keep up with that. So I can see a few Dean Koontz and Stephen King novels in the future.
Yes.
There's some biographies I want to read.
Okay.
And there's a book I want to write.
Nice. Wow.
But I like spectator sports. I'll be watching Super Bowl this weekend.
Nice, yes.
And so, just that. We want to travel.
Yeah.
We have traveled a lot on business, and when I first became a president, we traveled internationally, we traveled across this country, and I would have family members say, "Isn't it exciting?" I said, "No." I'm out of airports and for instance, I'm getting on a plane tomorrow. Yeah. Going to Washington D.C. I leave my house at 4:30 tomorrow morning.
Ooh.
For 7. I think we're boarding at maybe 6 o'clock in Lansing, straight to D.C.
Ooh. Early morning.
I make a 15-minute presentation tomorrow afternoon around 1:30. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
I change my clothes, I get back on the plane and come back. So that's a lot of the travel's been that. Most of the travel since I've been president has been work related. And, the glamour goes off when you're on a plane for 13 hours trying to get from Detroit to Shanghai, China. So so it's
craziness.
I look forward to travel, that we have time to really travel and become tourists.
See the world.
See the world. There's a lot of it out there, and I haven't seen very much of it. So I'm looking forward to that. And again, I don't know. I'm just stuck on movies. My wife is not as excited about movies. She doesn't have the patience I have. But I have to watch a lot of them to find good ones.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of garbage out there.
It is.
A lot of garbage, man. Whatever happened to words in movies?
I don't know.
You know, plots and subplots and character development.
Just graphics and explosions.
Or just, good cinematography.
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever happened to that.
I don't know. I feel like it's so much watered down, washed up stuff because you got all these new streaming services that's competing with Netflix, and Netflix making original things, and Amazon, and you got independent filmmakers that's trying to win big at Sundance, and anybody can make something on YouTube, and now YouTube has YouTube TV. It's just like all these different things combating each other. We just need a line of, this is what you should do. This is how you should do it. Don't try to rush and be a YouTube star. Don't try to rush and make a movie that's trash that somebody else could have did and made better. That's my pet peeve. I'm seeing a movie.
What's amazing to me are the number of movies that get remade and remade. So where's the original thought in the story?
Yeah. No one has original.
For me, when I'm watching movies, I prefer going to Turner Classic Movies.
Yes.
And I will watch movies from the 30s, 40s, and 50s over and over again.
Yeah.
Because again, there's a storyline, plot, subplot, good acting.
Yes.
I love the dress of women on the screen back in the 30s and 40s. I've actually called my wife because she didn't watch movies. Elizabeth, come here.
Yeah.
I'll see an actress in a dress in a scene in a movie from 1944, pick a year. It's just nice.
Yeah.
The clothes were nice.
It's tailored way better.
Yeah, it was nice. I just like that.
Yeah.
The men all dressed the same. We look the same today as we did back then.
Generic.
So, yeah, but the women's clothes, I'm going, why don't women dress like that anymore?
Times, man. The times. Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, but speaking of movies, there's a movie coming out. It's Black History Month, and it's Black Panther. Have you heard of it? Have you seen
I have
trailers?
heard of it. Actually, I read a review of it. It's getting great reviews.
Yes.
I know my daughter, she lives in Chicago, but it's on her list to see, and she's not really a superhero type person. So I plan to see it.
Nice.
And, what's the actor's name?
Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick Boseman.
I saw him in 42. I really like that. So
yes, he played that role. Yeah, I'm just excited. It's the first all black cast in a Marvel film, and a lot of films. Period. Ryan Coogler, he's my favorite director. He's made Fruitvale Station, Creed, and all this, and it's the biggest pre-sale of any Marvel film. So it should be really good. It should be really good.
Look forward to seeing it.
Yes. You got any music that you like?
Man, I'm still stuck in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
I have a theory about that.
Okay.
I believe, I'm not a sociologist or psychologist, but my belief is that we as humans develop a musical taste between our preteen, teen years, and early 20s.
Yeah. I like
That's where I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in Motown.
Hey, that's great. That's great.
If I pull my phone out right now, you're going to find Luther Vandross on it.
Okay.
And I know they're great artists today. My daughter's trying to educate me because I'm kind of dumb about current artists, but that's the type of music I like.
Right.
I kind of like music that I can understand the lyrics.
Right.
From listening to them, not the meaning of them.
Right.
I will speak with students today and they'll tell me about rap and how it tells stories and life conditions and how it's real and going. Yeah, and I can name you songs right now I still listen to from my teens and 20s that tell stories about life and what's real.
Yeah.
Now, it's told a little differently than the beat you have on rap music or R&B these days, but I haven't heard a ballad yet that didn't tell stories. I haven't heard a love song yet that didn't tell stories.
Yeah.
It's telling stories lack profanity, but it's telling a story.
It's telling a story.
One of the challenges I have with some of the movies, now frankly with some of the music, nothing's left to imagination. So you turn on, I'm getting tapped, I'm playing classic Turner movies.
Okay.
In old black and white, and there's a love scene.
Yeah.
And they may kiss and have a conversation and head towards the bedroom, and it fades to black.
Yes.
And we all kind of know what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm more intrigued by that scene and people dropping profanity and graphic sexual scenes.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything for me.
No.
It doesn't.
No.
There's nothing. It's like, well, anyway, that's just me. I'm
Yeah.
an old fella.
Yeah.
All you youngsters, I know, think differently. I respect that, but I kid my daughter and some of her students that she works at Governor State.
Oh, okay.
I asked them, when I say to them what my old school is, we talked about it. My old school is classic Motown.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my old school. I can listen to My Girl by the Temptations. Even the young folks now like it. That's old school for me.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what the youngster now gonna call old school. Think about that.
Yeah. They probably would call like some Dr. Dre old school or something.
This is old school that you're gonna listen to with your grandchildren with the F word coming out, the B word. That's old school.
Yeah.
Because y'all gonna have babies and grandbabies. So that's just my confusion. I'm sure my parents thought the same about rock and roll.
True. True.
They probably weren't crazy about most. My father would tell me stories about artists from the 30s and 40s. He was born in 1914s. He grew up in 1920s, 1930s.
Wow.
Artists I've never heard of.
Yeah.
We talk about Bessie Smith. And
Okay.
who the heck is this?
Yeah. Like, what is this old lady?
But that's what they listened to.
Right.
Some of the stuff that was going on in the late 50s and early 60s, like my mom and dad just thought it was just wild. So
Yeah.
I'm just perpetuating it. With your children and your grandchildren,
Yeah.
they can listen to stuff you're going, I guess you'll be going, where is this wildness coming from?
Yeah.
And you're going to think what you're listening to now is kind of calm compared to what they're going to listen to. So,
Probably a savage. You're
it's part of
probably
the
right.
deal. Part of the deal.
That's the deal. The cycle continues.
It will.
What's your greatest fear and what's your greatest accomplishment? Well, I guess you already said your proudest moment, so your greatest
As
fear.
president, the students who graduate,
Yeah.
because a lot goes into preparing you all as students for the educational attainment, and a lot goes into doing what we think we can with leadership and character development. So I'm proud of that as a president. I don't know if I've achieved my greatest accomplishment yet. I'm proud of my daughter.
Yes. Amen to
She's
that.
grown into a responsible adult, happily married.
Right.
My new grandson, I'm hopeful for.
Yes.
I don't know. I'll let somebody else judge
Yeah.
about what they believe. I honestly don't look at myself as to what I think is my greatest accomplishment or my
Yeah.
greatest failure. I just try to go day to day and do
Yeah.
the best I can.
Okay.
And try to encourage other people to do the best they can.
Right.
And I always encourage myself to do the right thing. If I can get folks to do the right thing and keep myself on track, doing the right thing, I'm proud of it.
Yes, it's very something to be proud of. I want to know, what's your favorite food?
Oh God, man, I'm pretty plain food eater. We've dined at 5-star restaurants and all the fancy stuff, but I will tell you a typical meal at home.
Okay.
It happens often, Mrs. Ross. We will host guests, alumni, students, business partners at the university at our home.
Yeah.
And it's always catered.
Okay.
The chef will come over and fix one of these elaborate meals, and the chef will
Ooh.
come out between each course and announce what the course is.
Ooh.
And the food's always great. And,
Right.
I'll have people say to me, well, how many, does the chef come over every night? And say, no, he does not, or she does not.
Right.
Mrs. Ross fixes our meals at home. We sit at the kitchen table like normal people.
Right.
My favorite meal is when she'll get that crock pot out and
Yes.
do a pot of pinto beans or red beans
Ooh.
or lentils or black-eyed peas.
Oh, it sounds like my mom.
Do a little hot water cornbread.
Yeah.
And she's getting me off the red meat, so it's usually broiled chicken or some salmon.
Okay.
Throw some greens in there, some
Nice.
collards.
Sound like
I'm
grandma
a
food.
southern kid who's still a southern kid. That's
Yeah.
my favorite. I eat simple. I enjoy it. So that's typically how I eat.
Yes, it sounds like my type of meal right there. Okay, so It's crazy because you're resigning and it's well deserved now. But you gotta talk about you donating $1 million because that's not nothing normal. It doesn't happen every day, and it's like what just made you want to do that? It's not like the first time donating, but like it's good.
Mrs. Ross and I have donated to a number of colleges, but we've donated to Central when I was a VP here. Since I've been back as president, donate to a number of charitable organizations. We believe in giving back. The donation is Central. We talked at length about it. We had the practical conversations around. At the time, our grandchild wasn't here. We made a conscious decision that if we would be blessed with grandchildren, we are in a position to provide for their higher education. We have a grandson. So we ran the numbers. That's what CPAs do, right?
Yeah.
I ran the numbers. Just like when you ask me about my favorite meal, I eat pretty simple. We've lived relatively simple. Our lifestyle hasn't changed personally.
Which is good.
Being in this position, we live pretty much the same.
That's good.
We save. We saw a need here at Central. We feel an affinity to this university, its students, its faculty, its staff. We wanted to give back. That $1 million is all for student scholarships. It's pretty rewarding. One of those is 3 scholarships. One is in voice, music scholarship. And I have met 3 or 4. I think they've all been awarded those scholarships. So it's pretty cool sitting down with a recipient of one of their scholarships and have them talk about the difference it's making in their lives. I will get that from alums who donate.
Yeah.
I'll get that from students who receive scholarships from people they may not even know who they are. But it's the Elizabeth G. Ross Music Scholarship, and the recipient is sitting with us over a cup of green tea, talking about herself and her life and the difference it's making. We've done a scholarship in the College of Medicine, the same thing. We met the recipient. The scholarship in accounting will be new, so we won't have a recipient. I guess it'll start this fall, the first money on that. So, but I know it makes a difference when students can be helped financially. Because most of our students at colleges are regular people. They're not super wealthy. The middle class, lower middle class from an income standpoint, they need the help. And we wanted to help. And we thought, what a better way to help than other than endowing money is going to be perpetuating earnings 100 years from now.
Right.
Nobody will know. I'll be one of the people in the picture. But the Elizabeth G. Ross Vocal Scholarship will be here. The Dr. Georgie and Elizabeth G. Ross Medical Scholarship will be here. And the George Ross Accounting Scholarship will be here. I think that's pretty cool. So,
that will be pretty cool.
And $1 million is a lot of money.
It is. It is. It'll stretch in a lot of ways.
It'll stretch a lot of ways. So again, we will just budget better in retirement one day. So.
Yes, and you have all the time you need to do the numbers now.
I do. I do. Actually, it's going to sound strange, but so when I was chief financial officer here at Central, most of my career has been as a CFO or CPA. You asked me about reading. There have been times sitting at that desk over there, and I really don't want to deal with the stuff in front of me. This is going to sound a little sick, but it's true. I'll actually take out a set of financial statements for the university and kind of start leafing through them and read the financial footnotes. I don't know. I'm just kind of geeky there. So anyway,
that's cool though.
That's where my roots are. So,
got to. That's funny. That's funny. That's cool.
Probably like you sitting around doing nothing and start tinkering with videos and cameras. And
Yes.
Yeah. That's what you like to do.
Yeah. You're gonna love your passion. No matter if you overworked from it, you still love it. Yeah. So that's it for me and President Ross. My personal tribute from me to him. And this is the 125th anniversary of Central Michigan University. Don't forget that he's also stepping down as our president. He's been in the university over 14 years, in education over 30 years, a bleeding heart of maroon and gold, and always forever fire up.